This lecture will cover coat colors in horses. The most common coat color in a horse is called the sorrel or the sorrel, depending on how you've learned how to say it. It is the most genetically dominant color there is. This horse will have a reddish-brown body color. Can vary from bright like a new copper penny to almost a brown, like a chestnut or a liver chestnut. Mane and tail are always the same color as the body, and the points are the same color as the body as well. Now, a point in definition here, the points are the ears, the muzzle, the legs from the knees and hocks down, the mane and tail. This is a test question, so you might note this down. The points are, again, the ears, the muzzle, the legs from the knees and hocks down, and the mane and tail. A bay is also a very common coat color in the horse world. These horses will have the reddish-brown body, which can vary greatly in shades, as you can tell by the two photos here. However, their points will be black. A true black horse will have no brown hairs on him. He will have a black body and black points. This is not to be confused with the brown horse, who can look black like in the top photo, but will have brown around the muzzle, either at the base of the ears or sometimes in the ears themselves and around the flanks. Brown horses can also vary in different shades, as you can see from the Morgan in the lower picture, where he has black and brown hairs dispersed throughout the body. However, his points are black as well. Palomino is a fun color. A true Palomino will have the body coat color, the color of a gold coin, with a flaxen or white mane and tail. The color of a Palomino can range greatly, also from yellow to the gold, of course, but will always have the flaxen mane and tail. They can be dappled or not. There is also an association based on this coat color called the American Palomino Horse Association. A Perlino is another coat color, also sometimes called the pseudo-albino. This horse will have pink skin rather than the black skin of the Palomino. This horse has a double dilution factor from the buckskin, which makes his mane and tail a little bit darker than his body color. These horses will most generally have a blue or a green eye, and they will have pink skin everywhere. A Cremello, on the other hand, will also have the cream-colored body and pink skin. The difference between a Cremello and a Perlino is that the Cremello will have a white mane and tail. This is a Palomino with a double dilution factor. Also sometimes called a pseudo-albino because they look white. They have the pink skin, and their body colors can range anywhere from white to a cream. Gray horses are fun as they have many different types of grays. The top picture you see a gray horse with some dappling across the back and the rump. The second picture there is a steel gray, where the horse is a deep dark color but has some gray hairs mixed in there to make him look steel. He has some dappling across his back and rump as well. The third picture is a true dapple gray, where he has the dapples running from his neck all the way back and down. His shades of gray also change, consistent with the true dapple gray. And the bottom photo is a flea-bit gray, where the horse is gray or white, but has speckles or spots that look like little fleas of a different color, generally sorrel. Two things you must note about the gray horse. The gray horse will have black skin, unlike the Perlino and the Cremello. A gray horse also will have gray hairs all across his face, whereas the roans will not. We will see those next. However, the cheeks, the face, the muzzle, around the ears, especially around the eyes and nostrils, there will be gray hairs on a gray horse. A strawberry roan or a red roan has white and sorrel hairs interspersed throughout the body. However, this horse will have a solid color face, in this case sorrel. His ears, his muzzle, his mane and tail, and below the knees and hocks will also be sorrel and solid. unless of course they have markings, and then there will be white hairs for those markings. Sometimes they will have a dorsal stripe and sometimes they won't. A blue roan is just like the red or strawberry roan, except that the base coat for this horse is black. The face, the legs below, the knees and hocks will be black, the mane and tail will be black, and the white hairs will be dispersed throughout the body, giving him a blue look. The shades will vary, as you can see from the photos below on this slide. A bay roan is a fun color. This horse's base coat was bay, with the white hairs interspersed throughout his body again. His face will be the reddish brown color of the bay, however his points will be black. Buckskin. A buckskin will have a yellow to golden colored body with black points. It must be noted that a buckskin will not have a dorsal stripe. This is where most folks get them confused with a dun. Buckskins will not have a dorsal stripe. This is very important for you to know, especially if you go into any color associations or if you are showing at the national level. This color also has its own association, the Buckskin Horse Association. Here is a dun. Again, the dun will have a dorsal stripe. They are very often confused with the buckskin because duns and buckskins have pretty much the same body color. The big difference again will be the dorsal stripe. Duns and buckskins both can have zebra striping on their legs and over the withers, although more often seen with a dun. A red dun is like a regular dun, only all these horses' points will be red instead of black. They will have a sorrel looking body with a sorrel dorsal stripe, sorrel mane and tail, and sorrel below the knees and hocks, as well as their ears and muzzles. A grullo or a grulla is my favorite color of all of the colors in horse breeds. The body hairs will be a mousy gray color. They will always have a dorsal stripe. Their points will always be black. They can have the zebra striping on their legs and the striping on their withers as well. Then we have the paints and pintos, which are actually breeds, but also have colors associated with them. Paints or pintos will have patches of both color and white on them and can be a combination of virtually any color and white. Some of these horses will have a blue eye or a green eye, or maybe both eyes are blue or green. There are associations associated with these color patterns, the American Paint Horse Association and the American Pinto Horse Association. The Tobiano will have large patches of seemingly smooth-edged white. The color will cross the background, and the color this time meaning the white. The white will cross the backbone in a Tobiano. And again, they have kind of a smooth looking appearance. An Overo horse will have the patches of white and color, can be virtually any color combination again. However, the patches of white are generally smaller, a lot more rough or jagged looking, and they will not cross the backbone. As you can see from the photo here, the white stops just shy of the backbone but covers the sides, the legs, and across the face. A Tovero is a cross between a Tobiano and Overo, and this color pattern generally produces rough, jagged patches that will cross the backbone, and a lot of these horses will have a tremendous amount of white on them. Leopard spot color pattern is generally associated with Appaloosas. However, other breeds like the Nab Strip also contain this color pattern. They can be a white base coat with big spots all over their body, or as in the case of the Appaloosa, have a colored base coat with a very large blanket with spots of that color showing through.